Oh yeah, she's here, the new DJI Air 3. So much has changed. Let's get it. Hey yo, have y'all ever seen the show Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? That's pretty much what DJI did. They got the Mavic 3 and shrunk it down, and that's how we got the Air 3. But I want to focus on the cameras because I know that's really what y'all want to see, okay? So Air 2S had a 1-inch main sensor. The main sensor out of the Air 3 is a bit smaller, so it's a 1/1/3 inch sensor. It's made it with a 24mm lens at f1.7, and it can go up to a 3x digital zoom. The second camera is also a 1/1/3 inch sensor. These are pretty much the same sensor out the Mini 3 Pro, but anyways, it's made it to a 70mm lens at f2.8, and this one can go up to about a 9x digital zoom. So both cameras could do 4K 60, up to 4K 60, I should say. They both support standard profile and HLG and D-Log-M, so it's good that we got the same profiles across both cameras, but I would like to see standard D-Log. At least it's 10-bit, I guess. Both could do slow motion up to 4K 100 frames per second or 1080p 200 frames per second. Both cameras support night mode. Both cameras support active track 5.0 and all that great stuff that comes along with it. And for photos, you get the 12 megapixel or 48 megapixel option out of both cameras, and both cameras can also do 5 exposure bracketers. So I know some of y'all are gonna, you might feel some type of way about the sensor size being reduced, but trust me, the results are still fantastic. Hey man, hey, how hot you think it is out here, bro? 85. It's like my shirt is so, I know that's nothing as with the temperature some of y'all are getting, but anyways, the Air 3 comes in this nice bag if you get the Fly More combo. Very similar to the Mavic 3 Pro bag. It's not the same one, but it's very similar. But inside, it can fit the Air 3, it can fit the charging bay, which is new. We'll talk about that at a different point in this video. And the new RC2, which is essentially the same controller with antennas for the upgraded OcuSync. Really nice touch, DJI. This is a really nice bag. Thank you. Should have sent me some ND filters though. Oh man, it's hot in here. I just had to crank on the air. That's probably why you hear the Air 3 over there with the fans on, and I'm sorry about the junk in the background. We're in the midst of a bathroom remodel. But anyways, a few other things I want to tell you about the Air 3 when it comes to cameras. First of all, it does have 8 gigabytes of onboard storage. The next question that you probably have is, hey Terry, does it have noise reduction control or sharpness control like the Mini 3 Pro has? And that answer is, come here, no. Okay, the next question that you probably have is, hey, does the gimbal rotate like the Mini 3 Pro? And that option is also, hey, come here, no. But DJI did come up with an ingenious solution, and I'm actually very, very happy with this medium that they found, right? So if we go into the frame rates and resolutions, there's now a 9:16 option in 1080p or 2.7K up to 60 frames per second. Now, in my opinion, this is more than enough resolution for short form video content for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, or even to deliver to a client 2.7K, unless they have a 4K requirement, is still more than enough. The other good thing with this is all of your modes and tracking and everything is still there. So you still got all your color profiles, you still got D-Log-M, HLG, you still got active track 5.0, and all of the vertical options and obstacle avoidance still works with the vertical options on top of that. So again, I think this is a very, very happy medium. If you look at the screen, you can still see the entire field of view, but only the middle part that's illuminated is recorded to the SD card. So bravo on this DJI. Like I said, hopefully we can see this on other drones. I can't guarantee it, but it would be nice to see. Now, I gotta talk to y'all about batteries and battery life because this is another big change. Hey, remember how I told y'all at the beginning of this video that the Air 3 is basically like a baby Mavic 3 on steroids? Well, these are the batteries, right? And as you see, they look very, very similar, albeit lower capacity. And I think the Air 3 does have some vents on the side that the Mavic battery does not have. To put this in the back of the Air 3, you just plop it in there just like you do on the Mavic 3, like so. And there you go. So DJI says that these batteries will give you roughly about 46 minutes of flight time. And I found that to be relatively true. I mean, obviously it depends on how you fly and all that good stuff, but I get about 40 minutes per battery, give or take, which is really, really good and improved over the Air 2S. But I want to show you something else. So this is the charger hub for the Mavic 3. And you sit the batteries in here like so, and then you stand them all up, and it's very annoying because sometimes they topple over and the batteries fall out. Well, the Air 3, if you get the Fly More combo, now has a new style charger hub, very similar to the Mini 3 Pro. It's got buttons on the back so they don't fall out. You have to depress one of these buttons to get one of the batteries out. Now, obviously this can act like a charging bank, just like any of DJI's other battery hubs. So if you forget your phone charger at home, you can plug it up to this and charge it using the batteries from the Air 3. But this hub has a new feature called power accumulation. So let's say you have 3 batteries, right? Let me put this back in there. You got 3 batteries, and 2 of these batteries maybe have 50% power, and this one maybe has 60% power. But you have a long mission coming up, and you really need the battery of one full battery. Well, if you long press the power button on the side, it'll put the charger bay into accumulation mode. And what it'll do is it'll rob these 2 batteries and take that juice and put it into this battery right here, therefore topping this one off and giving you a full battery without having to plug it up to a charger. How did y'all figure this out, DJI? What type of wizardry is this? Very well done on the battery side when it comes to the Air 3. Now, I gotta talk to you about the controller. Let's get it. Okay, so the Air 3 is the first drone for consumers available to us with OcuSync 4.0, and that means improved range, latency, transmission, all of that good stuff is fantastic. But that also means you're gonna need a new controller, whether it's the standard RCN or the RC controller. You're gonna need a new one because they have been updated to now support OcuSync 4.0, which is why you see the antennas. That's literally the only difference. But that also means that if you own a RC Pro, that at launch, and I'm just gonna say indefinitely, you're out of luck because the RC Pro does not support OcuSync 4. Hopefully DJI will be able to make the RC Pro support it. Maybe they could put it into like some type of backwards compatibility mode or something like that. But at launch, unfortunately, the RC Pro will not support the Air 3. Other than that, OcuSync 4.0, fantastic. Listen, it is so muggy out here. Like as soon as you step foot outside, your face is covered in sweat. I'm about to do something moderately sketchy, and that's try to crash the Air 3 into my truck right there. His name is Thanos, and I know I need to freaking cut the grass and all that. Shut your mouth. I'm gonna do it, okay? Anyways, the reason why I'm doing this is because this is DJI's first Air series drone that has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. Now, it doesn't achieve it the same way that the Mavic series does, like the Mavic 3, where it's got sensors on the front, rear, up, down, sideways, right? This one only has 3 pairs of sensors. So front sensors, downward sensors, and a pair of sensors on the back. The difference is these sensors are much wider when it comes to field of view. So theoretically, they should be able to see the same thing as something like the Mavic 3, which has upward, sideways, and all that stuff because the field of view is much wider. So let's give it a shot and see if I can crash it. And if I crash it, DJI, my bad. Okay, so the Air 3 is in the air. She's already angry because I'm too close to the truck, but let's go forward. Let's go downward some, a little bit more forward, and punch it to the side to see if it crashes. Oh, it's going over it. Look at that. Wow, very impressive. And it's a tree over there too. It didn't go slam into the tree. Let's go back down and see if I can hit it again. Come on now, come on. Nope, went around it. Very impressive, very impressive. All right, I got another test for you, since you think you all that. Let's go backwards, backwards. All right, I'm about to fly straight backwards and see if I can crash into the truck. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Nope, it's going over it. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Went over it. Wow, look at that. And it's going around the trees over there. All right, that's pretty impressive. Now I'm gonna flip to the 3X camera and see if I can get the same result with obstacle avoidance. It should, I mean, I don't see why it would change, but for science sake, right? Let's test it out for science sake. All right, hit it. Still went over it. Very impressed. What's going around it? All All right, I'm even trying it with the 3X camera and I still cannot get it to crash sideways, backwards, anything like that. This also has APAS 5.0, which means it could do just like the Mavic 3 could do. It could do active track and focus track and points of interest and all that other stuff. You can pick which direction you want to send it off in, whether it's front, back, left, right, quarter angles and all that stuff, and it works with the 1X or 3X camera. So I would say somebody who's been flying a Mavic 3 Pro for a while, I'm used to that obstacle avoidance. The Air 3 behaves in my circumstances and my testing just like the Mavic 3 Pro. So that means DJI effectively was able to do it with less sensors and achieve the same results. So I'm sure we'll probably see this array going forward. I'm at the beach. What I love about the Air 3, and I'm trying to be quiet, hence the point of this, is how quiet it is. The Mavic 3 series and even the Air 2S are very angry sounding drones, and this thing is really, really quiet. And of course you got your usual suspects like cruise control, waypoint, hyperlapse. I think I said that already. And what's new is it has advanced return to home. So as long as the lighting is okay, it'll plan its own route back. And of course you can control it and stuff on its way back. But there's a dope picture of the sun going down. I gotta get this real quick. I'll be back. I'm just chilling in the parking lot, having some quiet time, some me time, waiting for it to get dark because I want to test out the low light and the night mode of the Air 3. So the main sensor is essentially the same one out the freaking Mini 3 Pro, so it's a f1.7. So it should be fire at night, plus night mode helps out, and the f2.8 lens also supports night mode in this 3X. So I want to test that out also. So here's some test footage for you. Hey, the Air series needed a revival, and the Air 3 was the revival that the Air series needed. I really love what DJI did because it's like a huge upgrade in just about every single aspect. I love the design language from the Mavic 3, which means bigger batteries. Now it's got omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. The Air 2S didn't have that. Now there's a dual camera design, and both cameras are absolute fire. It's got active track 5.0. Now we got OcuSync 4.0, and there's even a center crop option for vertical users up to 2.7K 60 frames a second, which in my opinion is a good compromise for a gimbal that does not rotate. Now, could there have been some things that I like, well, you know, maybe would have changed? Absolutely. I would have liked to see D-Log, real D-Log on both cameras, and I would have liked to see, just like the Mini 3 Pro, an option to change my amount of sharpening or noise reduction in camera. But overall, this thing is a huge upgrade, and honestly, I feel like this is going to be the go-to drone for most people who don't mind having a drone over 249 grams, but don't want to go up to the Mavic 3. Yo, this is essentially a baby Mavic 3, and I don't think you could go wrong with this bad boy at all. I know some of y'all are gonna have comments about the sensor size. Again, I got a whole video coming on that, but as y'all saw, the image quality out of both cameras is fire. And with that being said, I'm very curious to know what you think about this upgrade. Do you feel like this was a worthy upgrade to the amazing Air 2S? Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warford. I'm out. Piece of chicken grease. Much love, y'all.